recording?
It's recording.
Okay, so my name's Petros Chrisostomou, and I'm an artist based here in residence at 49B Studios. And I've been in Brooklyn over 2 years now, and I'm from London, and this is my studio.
Great. And what kind of work do you do?
So I'm interested in sculpture. I'm also interested in photography. I would say that this work is a kind of still life photography, in the sense that I set up these models that I then place these objects that you can see that I've collected here. I sort of go to dollar stores and all different kinds of places to source all of my materials that I then build miniature sculptures from and place inside these models that I built. And so a lot of the spaces are like either autobiographical spaces. So for instance, the kitchen in the exhibition was my mother's kitchen in London, because we had a house in London before I came here. And I guess the eggs are kind of symbolic, they're very loaded with meaning. And so the idea of being my mother's kitchen and these 5 eggs being symbolic for the idea of something waiting to hatch, or some kind of possibility, or maybe things that don't hatch or never materialize. And so those are the kinds of things that kind of play within my work. I work a lot with scale as well, so obviously the environment's in miniature and the objects are like everyday objects, normal size, but then by placing them within this space they sort of inflate and become oversized. And that's something that I do consciously to attract my viewer into the work, but then I want them to sort of be sort of engaged with the work, and then start to sort of deconstruct all the other facets of the work. And so originally, like, I used to make large freestanding sculpture, but the physical limitations of that work were very difficult. And so I was also interested in like simulacra, Jean Baudrillard, and like camera theory, like Roland Barthes and things like that. And I guess like I started thinking about a lot of the famous artworks, especially sculptures that were very much about a physical language that I had only ever seen through documentation. And I think that's like kind of common to lots of like famous images or famous artworks indeed that we see today. We kind of only ever see them through reproduction or in documentation. And so for me that idea became very pertinent, and so I decided to build my own gallery spaces to then place my sculptures into. And so the documentation of the work then became the work. And so for me it's kind of interesting, this paradox that sculpture is a very physical language, and we as the viewer have a physical relationship towards the object, but with my work it kind of denies you that physicality and offers the photograph as the art object. And so my work deals a lot with like paradox as well, in the sense that I kind of have these extremes, like the small and the large, or like the 3D presented in a 2D way, or the high art space that has objects which are very lo-fi. And so through those contradictions, I aim to create some kind of tension. And for me, like in that tension, that's where the interest in the work lies. I think it creates dialogue through that tension. And yeah,
it's terrific work. Thank you.